Hi, everyone. I'm Michelle Munson, and I'm going to be the moderator this evening, or whatever time it is in your lives. And I've had a long history involved with students and invention, and have known Jake for way too long. And I'm very excited to meet the people who have done these great inventions that I've read about. And we will have additional judges. And would you like to start, Colleen? Introduce yourself.
Sure. Hi, I'm Colleen Kelly. I am a member of the Innovation Alliance and the creator and founder of Kids Chemical Solutions and YouTube channel Chemistry Colleen. And I'm a retired chemistry professor with expertise in environmental toxicology.
Thank you. Arun?
Hi, hi everyone. This is Arun. I'm from Texas. I'm a electronics and communication engineer by graduation, and for the last 20 years, I've been in the software industry, and last 10 years specifically in the field of big data, artificial intelligence, and cognitive sciences. Thank you.
Welcome. Juan Carlos?
Hello, everyone. I'm Juan Carlos. I'm a mechatronics engineer, and I work with the World Education Robot Contest. It's here in Mexico. So we work with a lot of students like you with a lot of potential, love of dreams and STEMs. So glad to be here.
Thank you. So we are on a strict timeline. And as you may be aware, students presenting, you have 3 minutes for your presentation. And I'll start the clock as soon as we call you in to begin. And then towards the end, I will give you a 30-second warning by going like this. And then we'll have 5 minutes where the judges will ask you questions about your presentation, your log, other things that come up as they listen to what you're presenting. As you go through your presentation, will be and attendees, students who are other presenters, you can ask questions after the judges because we like for you to be involved in the thinking of the other presenters. And then we'll go through all of the various groups, and I'll be doing my best to be the timekeeper. And we'll have Health to Hand as our last presentation. There will be 5. Any questions about that?
Michelle, don't just wave your hand because the students will be giving their presentation. They won't be looking at the screen. So you can interrupt, say 30 seconds.
All right. All right. Didn't want to be too intrusive, but I will say, I'm sorry, 30 seconds. And so because of the change in schedule, you say we'll be going first. You say, are you ready?
Yeah, can I share my screen?
Yes.
Okay.
Do I have to do something to allow him to do that? Thank you.
Oh, wait. Do you guys see my screen?
Okay. Can you introduce yourself? And we will have 3 minutes, you say.
Okay, so hi everyone. My name is Yusei Okamoto, and I'm from Tokyo, Japan. And Evotoku is a solution that tackles low voter turnout in Japan, especially among the youth. And we offer a secure online voting platform using blockchain. And we remove the need for physical voting, which makes the process more convenient and accessible. And we try to encourage a greater participation in elections. And we try to target young voters and government bodies looking for secure, convenient, and transparent voting solutions in order to address Japan's low voter turnout. So one advantage that we have over traditional voting and other forms of online voting is that we use blockchain, which is secure, and also in terms of accessibility, we have mobile voting where we can vote anywhere. And in terms of transparency, since we use blockchain, the records are immutable, which means the security is top-notch. And Our weaknesses, though, are that adoption may be slow due to conservative policies in Japan, and the user trust in blockchain voting might still be developing. And also, there are technical challenges in scaling up our product. And what we want to do in the near future is that we want to partner with tech firms and first expand to local elections. But the challenge in this is that people may resist change and that competitors may emerge with similar solutions. And online elections reduce carbon dioxide emissions by around 98% compared to postal voting by eliminating the need for printing and mailing election materials. So our solution is also a very eco-friendly option. And future plans include adding multi-language support and partnering with governmental bodies for regulatory compliance in Japan. And our web-based interface and our accessibility via smartphone and any device aims to reduce voting barriers by allowing young voters to cast ballots from anywhere. So in terms of developing this product, I identified a latency issue in the processing of like the blockchain transactions, which could harm the system's reliability. And also I identified like usability issues, particularly with wallet connections. So I simplified the user flow by adding
Excuse
like
me,
a
3 seconds.
a one-click feature for easier wallet authentication. So overall, Iwatoku uses blockchain technology to provide unmatched security, transparency, and convenience, allowing voters to cast ballots from anywhere. And we try to address both security concerns and accessibility issues better than traditional and other online voting systems to empower youth in politics through technology. Thank you.
Can everyone turn on their cameras? Because otherwise I'm going to get complaints from families that say we never saw our child.
Okay, thank you, Jake. So judges, questions for Yusei?
I'll start. You say, I thought it was an excellent presentation and it's a really clever idea to solve a pertinent problem, and the security measures you have in place are good. You did mention that it would having people's trust in the system was an issue. What data do you have to support that would be an issue?
Well, Japan's culture has been pretty conservative in terms of like adopting new measures for technology, and like the government has tried to like start an initiative to digitize things, but like the bureaucratic in terms of bureaucracy, like Japan still uses floppy disks in like the
Okay.
city halls. So
All
like
right.
yeah.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. So you have some observational data and cultural data to support that. So thank you.
Hello, my question will be like, have you test Ibotoku? Like, you physically go with some youth Japanese to try to test that if they like to vote using blockchain?
So in terms of testing, I've worked with this local union in Tokyo. It's actually the largest union for foreign workers in Tokyo. And recently I've been partnering with them to try and implement this into their like in-house elections. So that's what I've been doing for testing.
Okay. And how the reaction of them? What does this union think about Ebotoku?
They've been very optimistic. So we haven't completely finished the implementation yet, but they've been very enthusiastic about using this because they've told me how right now their elections have been pretty like troublesome in terms of like time and like security. So when I first reached out to them, they were very optimistic about this.
Okay, thank you.
Arun?
Hey, thanks, Michelle. Firstly, you say, did I say your name right?
Yeah.
So you say, firstly, take a bow. It's like it's so brave, that you're standing up to address two challenges actually. One is a systemic issue of transparency, and then second is addressing which is why you see a low turnout, because it tells that there is a trust issue. You're trying to solve a systemic problem. You're standing up against um, the election process to bring in transparency, and you will see a lot of challenges here. Who has supported you in this journey, in terms of say, yes, go ahead, do it. Your idea is good.
So the union that I mentioned earlier has actually been really supportive. So when I first reached out to them, it was just like the beginning stage, but um I've actually been like in frequent contact with their like CFO, I've been like he's kind of been of a mentor. I've been meeting with him once every few weeks in order to talk about what kind of updates or like progress I've been making. So he's been a really supportive figure.
Okay. So my next question is on the latency issue. So when you try to scale this up, and then how do you see this latency issues getting addressed right now and then in the future?
Right now, so the latency issue is that sometimes like the blockchain transaction takes a really, really long time to go through. And that's one issue that like I still have. It's not completely solved. So in terms of the future, and right now as well, I have to
30 seconds.
like find a way to solve this issue, which has been like I've been trying for a few weeks, but it's been like hard for me to find a solution.
We have about 8 seconds left. Anyone have another question for you say? Yes?
So I really like the idea, but my question is, are you planning to expand this to other countries as well, or will it just be in Japan?
Oh, firstly, I want to try this in Japan, but then, oh, like as time progresses, I would want to expand this to other countries as well.
Thank you very much, you say. Thank you for asking that question. Now I'd like to ask for Codex Lingua group. And Zizu. Could you say your name and introduce yourself, please?
Zizu Salting.
Could you speak a little louder?
Zizu Salting.
Okay. And where are you from?
The Philippines.
Okay. I'm going to start my timer.
Okay. Can I share my screen now?
Yes, you may.
Okay. Is it clear for everyone?
Can everyone hear her and see the screen? Great. Thank you.
Okay. Konnichiwa, ni hao, hola, and hello. My name is Zizu Salting, and I'm a 16-year-old Filipino homeschooler at the Charlotte Mason Authentic School. My presentation is called the Codex Lingua, a digital notebook and library purposed as a language alphabet learning tool inspired off the Amazon Scribe and Magic Slate. The Codex Lingua teaches you how to write in all non-Latin alphabets, meaning those without A, B, C, etc. Because I write in Latin, Japanese, French, Spanish, and Chinese, keeping up with multiple notebooks is not just difficult for me, but it's messy too. Digital notebooks like the Codex Lingua are also a better alternative to paper notebooks, since up to 15 billion trees are cut down each year for paper, with countless sheets going to the 10 billion notebooks sold yearly. The Codex Lingua has 5 features. Language selection, where you can choose any non-Latin alphabet or alphabets you want to learn. Of course, you can add and remove chosen alphabets at any time when using the Codex. Next, the Codex Collectio, a collection of notebooks which you can use for both personal and language learning uses. Notebooks for the alphabets you have chosen are already uploaded to the Codex Collectio's notebook library after selection. Next, we have the tracing pad, a copywork feature which allows you to learn how to write in the chosen language's alphabet. Along with this, there's also a digital bookstore of foreign books in their original text. Regardless of the alphabet you chose, the library features books in all the languages that use non-Latin alphabets. Meaning if you chose to learn, say, the Japanese and Arabic alphabets, you can still read Korean books. And now my favorite, the word accomplice, a mix of the words word and accomplice, a feat which allows you to click a word when reading and show its pronunciation, meaning, and how to write it. Now, I wish to promote my product to not just students, but to those who wish to reduce tree consumption. Over 10 billion notebooks are sold each year, making digital notebooks a great alternative so we have less trees cut down for paper. Solutions similar to mine for language learning exist in apps like Duolingo and Scribble, but none of them provide the opportunity to learn as many alphabets as well as the Codex Lingua. Alongside this, by using the library feature, the user can learn their desired language through reading, which is a
Second.
form of the immersion method in which the learner immerses themselves in the media of the language they wish to learn. I wish to partner with Amazon since the creator of the inspiration for the Codex Lingua as a business partner is my current goal. However, selling the Codex as not just an Amazon product but as a learning tool and device like the Kindle as a whole is my ultimate goal. A separate project I am excited to work on is a book which I plan to write explaining the history of all the languages I have included in the Codex Lingua. It is free to download when you purchase the Codex Lingua, however, I aim to not just stop there and also sell physical copies of the book. Understanding the history behind a language means to understand the language in the context of its culture. And without culture, there can be no language. Thank you, Honor. Remember, if you talk to a man in a language he understands, that goes to his head. If you talk to him in his language, that goes to his heart. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, very nice. Let's see. Juan Carlos, would you like to start for us?
Sure. Well, that's a very good idea. Also, I think that the methodology that you're following, really going to impact a lot of non-Latin language students. My question will be, did you try to share this idea with other users? For example, and if you do, could you tell us about it?
Yes, so my family also speaks two languages, Tagalog, Filipino, and English. And then we're also learning Spanish. So I proposed this idea to them, and they all really liked it. So I expanded a bit further, and I asked a few more of my friends who also like learning languages. And I asked for feedback. They said they liked the idea, and they actually encouraged me to make this a physical separate product instead of just because my original idea was to actually include this as a feature in the Amazon Kindle. But then they encouraged me to make this my own separate product. So that's what I got from the feedback.
Thank you. Arun?
Hi, Zizu. I think this is a phenomenal idea. I think it really helps in keeping the culture and the language. I speak 5 languages myself, so I know, the importance of this. So what languages do you speak, Zizu?
My main language is English. So I'm also learning Japanese and a little bit of Chinese. But the main ones I'm learning right now is Japanese and French. And then I can also speak just a little bit of Tagalog, Filipino language.
Okay, so what are the features from the basics of alphabets to till what level are you taking this? And then how do you slowly, if there's a new language learner, who's your audience basically? And then what level do you take them from?
So my main audience that I had in mind when creating the prototype for the Codex Lingua was just people like me who struggle to keep organization with their notes. So when you try to use the copywork feature, basically the one that teaches you how to write in the alphabet, there's no guide on exactly how you should use on the order that you should learn the alphabet. So for example, in the Japanese alphabet, there are three different alphabets: hiragana, katakana, and kanji. Most start out at hiragana, but for a new Codex Lingual user, if they feel like they are ready to try the more difficult alphabets, if they feel like they would want to explore the depths a bit, then they can start wherever they wish to.
Thank you. Colleen, do you have some questions?
I do have a question. I love what you're doing. I think that's a phenomenal process that you're going to take people through. Maybe I missed this, but how are you handling numbers with this? Or are you not handling numbers on your platform?
I'm sorry, is it okay if you could rephrase the question?
Yes. Will you be having the ability to use like a quantitative version, like where you're doing math problems, for example? Yeah, so things that are not typically like words, but numbers and formulas and things like that.
No, I'm planning to just stick with languages for now.
Okay, thank you. I was just curious.
Okay, we have a minute left. Anyone else have a question?
I think what Colleen intended was wanting to ask, how do you take care of counting, for example, counting 1 to 100? Colleen, not just math, but yeah.
Yeah,
Encoding,
the
encoding
symbols
any
for numbers are different in
different in
different
symbols and the
cultures.
sounds. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. I actually did not take that into consideration, but now that it was brought up, I would love to include that as a feature also in the language learning. Thank you for that.
Anyone else? Great. Thank you. Let's go on to the safe calculator. And can you please introduce yourself and turn on your camera, please? There you are. All right. I'm sorry, Jake.
No, I'm gonna get angry email messages from their parents going, I never saw my child.
Okay. Can you please pronounce your name again, please? I'm sorry.
Can you hear me?
Okay.
You ready?
Is safe calculator? Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. Oh, both of you. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Who's going to be sharing the screen?
Me.
All right. You want to begin?
Just wait a moment. Okay. So can we begin now or?
I'm sorry?
So could we like begin now?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Okay. Hello everyone. I'm Za, ทัพทัพพิมพ์ปานทอง
I'm Ling Ling Shanyasa Punchun, and we're from Thailand. Today, we're so excited to show you a solution to a problem that impacts modern life more than we realize. Let's dive into how this can make a big difference. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask at the end of the presentation. Thank you.
Have you ever considered the risk associated with the escalators? You might not realize how much one machine can affect your life with every step. For example, your customer product safety commission reports that escalator injured 6,000 people every year, some of whom develop a fear of using them. On top of that, we are from Thailand, where a tragic incident at Don Mueang International Airport resulted in a woman losing her leg while using the airport walkway. This has raised serious concerns in Thailand, inspiring us to create the safe corridor.
So, what is safe escalator? Detecting irregularities in escalator complaints using AI image capture program, we noticed injuries from escalators, which mostly were caused by the missing complaints, have been increasing exponentially, which led us to develop this solution. As shown here, an Arduino is connected to a webcam installed on the escalator's gas panel. It compares a reference image of a fully intact complaint set to the image captured from real-time video footage, which are transformed into a bird's eye view for accurate comparison.
Next, the system categorized the results into two cases. If the similarities between the reference image and the detected image is 90% or more, meaning everything is in order, and the screen shows nothing is wrong. However, if the similarity drops below 90% for 30 seconds or more, the screen shows an error, and the system will automatically activate a red light, triggers warning alarms, and shut down the escalator for maintenance.
So, why if SafeCalculator is the best choice for future safety? Firstly, it's a simple system that benefits both users and security companies by building confidence in escalator safety and increasing awareness of potential accidents. It helps reduce injuries and repair costs, while increasing trust through pattern registration and a long-term business plan. Additionally, SafeCalculator aligns with the SDGs goals, specifically goals 3, good health, goal 8, decent work, 9, the industry innovation, 11, sustainable cities, and 17, partnerships.
With SafeCalculator, our goal is to improve everyone's safety in modern society, giving people more confidence when using the escalator without the fear of accidents. Keep moving forward. Get this right behind you. Thank you for watching and listening.
Perfect. Okay, thank you, ladies. Let's see. Colleen, why don't you start with your questions? If
Sure,
you
yeah.
could,
Again, another excellent idea and excellent presentation. Thank you both so much. Have you talked with, I think one of your primary consumers or customers for this would be airports, as you mentioned. Have you talked with anyone at airports about this?
We have last time we went to a competition in Bangkok and we met like he is like a worker about the security system of the mall, and like he said he really liked our idea and he wants us to improve, and he think we can do it in real life. Like he really want us to like do it in the real life.
Awesome. One thing I love about your presentation was the specificity of your product. It's really specific, and that may very much help you because it has a specific goal. It does one thing, and it has a big impact. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Arun, do you have any questions for the presenters, Arun?
Yeah, that was really nice and pretty thoughtful. I wanted to ask, what are the open, CV libraries that you've used for image recognition and then comparison? And the second question is, what is the logic behind the 30 seconds that you wanted to check for the second one?
Sorry, can you repeat the first question, please?
The first question is, what are the did you use any computer vision algorithms for this? If so, which are they? Any
Okay.
existing libraries that you used?
Okay, so first of all, we use the Python program and we use the Python code to do all the code. And first of all, we are the beginners of coding. So we just like type in the internet, like what code can do this, what code can do this, and we combine all the codes together and create the code specifically for the safe creator. And for your second questions, the logic behind 30 seconds is like to prevent the false from like the lighting, the shadows, or people stepping on the context. Like they accidentally step on the compass. If we do not wait for 30 seconds, the system will shut down the escalator immediately and will cause a lot of inconvenience situation. So we wait for 30 seconds to be sure that the content is missing. And if the person is actually step on the content for 30 seconds, it's still not safe. So the
Thank you.
escalator, no, sorry, the system will
Sorry.
shut down. Yeah.
Okay. We're down to about 30 seconds. Juan, do you have a question?
Yeah, very quick. I think your idea is a good robots in software and also in artificial vision. That's a good one. And well, my question will be, what are your plans to introduce exactly like your camera or your prototype in many others malls or airports? Like, how do you plan to go and talk with the malls?
Okay,
Okay,
our
I'm very sorry. Can you answer very, very briefly?
Okay, so our plan is like to collaborate with escalator manufacturer and like safety
Mhm.
companies. So
Okay.
like we aim to make a standard safety feature in escalator worldwide and like ensuring safety of everyone in the world.
Okay, thank
Good
you.
one.
I'm sorry. We have to go on now to our next presenter, and that's the
Thank
wildlife
you.
alarm system. Nicole, are you here? Are you ready?
Yes, I'm
And
here. I'm ready.
can you please, yeah, okay. So Nicole, when you're ready, you can start your screen.
Can you see it?
Yes, thank you.
Okay,
Uh,
hello everyone. My name is Nicole Haraguchi, and my innovation is the wildfire alarm system. So basically, wildfires have been being more frequent because of climate change, and so that's why I created this innovation to the objective of helping people that are in risk to evacuate the risk of wildfires and to be able to save lives. And so the first step making this innovation was to discover or research. And so when I saw on the news about the Maui wildfires, I saw multiple unfortunate events that happened to them because they weren't able to set off their sirens. So that's why I wanted to make this project to be able to help avoid situations like these and to be able to help them evacuate. So the next step was to brainstorm ideas. And so I brainstormed some types of technologies that I can use, like the LoRa, the NASA satellite that can actually detect wildfires, drones, internet and cell phone services, and Meshtastic if those services are not available. So as you can see here on the left side is my brainstorming on the different types of modules that I have in this system. So for the next step was building. And so as you can see here on the right is the prototype with all the different types of modules. And so this prototype is complex. So that's why I created an app for the user to simply understand to install and manage this prototype. And so the app is called the Sustainable Technology Solutions. And so it has the explanation of all the different types of modules and the prototype. And it also has an AI interface based on Google Gemini, and it's voice activated. So the user can ask any like questions, like such as in this cause, like what are the escape routes for my location? They can ask that, and the AI will be able to answer. So I also am mostly targeting for homeowners or a community of homes that are at risk of wildfires. So as you can see here, most of the modules are not required, and so some of them are optional, and the ones that are required are mostly low cost or free. And so it's on the user's decision if they want to buy the more expensive ones. For my future plans is to finalize the patent that I already have the provisional patent already approved, so I'm waiting for the final steps. I also am going to turn it into a final product, and since my company, the Sustainable Technology Solutions, have been already accepted, I will be able to support and sell my product into the market. I also developed a integrated earthquake detection system, and so I already have the prototype tested. So thank you so much for listening. If you have any questions, please ask me.
Thank you very much. And seconds to spare. Okay, so judges, Juan, would you like to start this time?
Sure. You have a very good project. My question will be more focused on your participation, like how participation in this kind of competition influence your interest in science and technology, because I know that you have a long trajectory, and I would like to know how this influenced you in science and technology.
So the different types of technologies, as I said, were like the LoRa, which can go long distances, the NASA satellite, which can detect wildfires, the Meshtastic system, which will be able to, answer like the talk to the users without any services. I also have the most of the prototypes are made out of Arduino coding, and also the the app was made by an MIT app inventor, and it also has the AI interface of Google Gemini.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Colleen, what do you, some questions?
Sure, yeah, great presentation, Nicole. I don't know how you get all this done, but year after year, you're just here amazing us. So congratulations.
You.
I maybe I missed this again. I understand what you're linking to. Does the device itself have a chemical sensor for anything regarding fire, smoke, that kind of thing?
So it actually has an air quality sensor, and so with all the coding, I can put it at a sensitivity level, and so this air quality sensor can sense like smoke, chemicals, and so that's why most of the time I'm testing it with hand sanitizer. But in the future, I'm going to test it with a high school that's going to test my my wildfire alarm system in California in their school to test if they could be able to detect wildfires. So I'm waiting for that so we can work together on that.
Great. May I ask a follow-up question, Michelle?
Sure.
I was just wondering about the hand sanitizer. Why did you pick that? I know it's a volatile organic, but I'm just wondering why you chose that.
It has alcohol in it, so it has chemicals, and so that's the air quality sensor can sense that in the with the it senses the hand sanitizer and will set off the alarm.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
So Arun, questions?
Yeah, thanks, Michelle. Nicole, again, great idea. I think I've seen you the second time today. All right. So what are the challenges that you have seen, so far in this journey?
So the most the hardest thing, the phrase, it's more easier said than done. So when I was brainstorming ideas, it was so much easier to write it down and think it in my head. But once I started building it, it was super hard. Like doing all the coding, the Arduino, learning how to do that. I was also since I was trying to make it into more of a product, I had to do soldering. So it was super difficult. I had to learn that as well. But it was I also have the final product here as well. I'm still working on it to do more final adjustments to it. But as you can see here are all the different, like, I put the Arduino and the air quality sensor, the different types of technologies. And also I have here is the uh solar panel that's for the LoRa device, because since the LoRa can go far distances, it can also get from energy from solar. So the most difficult part was the building part of it and making the prototype.
One last question. In wildfires, where do you want to place this? And then if there is shade, in the forest, right? So how do you think this would, help itself in charging in the
So
shade?
so the solar panel will be like
30.
it will be in the sun, but also I use like maybe like a solar generator. So like maybe like when it's charging outside in the sun, it can go power the solar generator and be able to like power the solar panel. And also the solar panel has like a thing like can go up high, and so wait, can you say your question again?
Yeah.
We're out of time.
Yeah. Thank you. No, I appreciate it. Thanks.
Thank you.
All right. So are all of the team here for Health to Hand? I think we're ready to get you started, and everyone's here. Look at that.
Okay. Hello, teacher.
Hi,
Hello,
Zetinsong
teacher.
is here, but it seems that he's still in audience. Could you please put him on the screen?
Okay. Jake, can you do that?
What's his name? Oh, Song.
Yeah.
I see him. I'll bring him up.
Okay.
Thank you.
No, thank you. And thank you to everybody for not laughing at me when I couldn't stop sharing.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. The California's traffic's so crazy.
Okay. So since you've been here the whole time, Chen, do you want to start?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Chen, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah. Teacher, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. I will share my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Our presentation has 3 parts. First, I will talk about the project's background. Then, Stephen Song will explain the working system of our app. Finally, Tianrong will talk about our advantages and outstanding point. In February 2023, I saw nearly 100 unopened boxes of ibuprofen in trash can. I was shocked to see boxes of red and white medicines in the trash. They were scarce during the epidemic, and many families hoarded them. If so many unused medicines were discarded in one neighborhood, how much will be created in China as a whole? According to statistics, about 78.6% of Chinese families have a small medicine box. 19.1% of respondents have the experience of casually throwing away expired medicine, resulting in a waste of 15,000 tons. The waste could have added to China's 2 trillion RMB pharmaceutical market and provided medicine for nearly 7.2 million people, but now they cause enormous financial loss and ecological damage. In fact, a cold medicine tablet with a diameter of only 5 millimeters contains 12 active compounds, let alone other complex and multifunctional drugs. So how to deal with medicine has been a difficult problem for us. We are deeply touched by this situation and decided to launch a new project, Health to Hand, which is an innovative app to reduce medicine waste and facilitate legal and healthy trade between donors and seekers nationwide.
To register as a user on Health to Hand, everyone must undergo a self-verification process. This involves uploading a version of your photo ID to verify your identity and agreeing that all interactions you make on the app are legal and traceable. Besides selling, users can also encourage to donate their spare medicines or drugs directly through the app storefront of our app. Here is also when the charity value system comes into play, directly reflecting on how many medicines or drugs the user has already donated. The higher your charity value is, the more likely your in-store product will be seen by people. And our app will set a reasonable price for all the goods donated and resell them to other users. We did this because we want to prevent corruption from happening. And in return, some of the stock rights will be given to the donors along with the charity value. To avoid potential safety concerns, we have established this complete set of rules for all the trades happening. And in order to make any type of trade, all the medicines are required to be brand new and uploaded with a clear picture of the barcode, date of production, and the receipt. Additionally, we'll open up chat functionalities between users too, aiming to build a community where patients can support each other emotionally and psychologically.
30 seconds.
The competitive advantages of project lies in economic aspect. First, we create a new customer-to-customer model. Second, since the price will be far lower than the market price of normal medications, this will attract a large user base. The environment will also benefit from the project. Traditional pharmaceutical disposal methods inevitably compromise the environment. Therefore, our project will promote environmental sustainability and prevent potential health problems. Health to Hand can contribute to social development. Compared with traditional pharmacies, our program promotes emotional communication and humanistic care. And overall, Health to Hand has its unique advantages, which exist in multiple aspects.
Do you have a little bit more to say? Because it seemed like, did you finish?
Yes, I finished. Thank you.
Yeah,
All
that'll
right.
be all. And now we'll
Yeah.
be open up for all the questions that you guys may potentially have.
All right. So, judges, let's see. Arun, why don't you start for us?
Sure. Thanks, Michelle. So what motivated you to pick up this idea?
Any of you?
Okay. All right. because I think Ziming shared this idea with me because I think he was the first person that came up with this idea because actually he was living in China and like have been impacted by the community or by a lot of data, saying that like the amount of the medical waste that has like to a very significant degree that the medical waste and the waste of medicines is impacting our life. And I've been seeing a lot of cases that a lot of people that are suffered in different disease are lacking the resources to the medicines, while others having the medicines, but like the person are already cured. So we just want to kind of fill in the need with what we have and just establish this kind of system to help with the interactions, you know.
Okay. Pauline, question?
Sure, yeah, congratulations on trying to make something that's much needed. My question has to do with, have you talked to any regulatory folks? I know on the United States side, it would be the FDA. Unfortunately, I think the FDA would have, you're going to have to jump through quite a few hoops with this. And I say unfortunately because what you have is much needed. So what are your plans for tackling that agency and those steps?
You mean about the laws?
Mm.
Okay. Maybe different countries around the world have different laws for secondhand drug trading. According to our research, some states in the US allow it, but some don't. We know that there's a Stanford University team that has a website about drug trading, but it's a little different from ours. In China, although the law does not allow individuals to sell secondhand medicines, but they can do so through a formal platform like ours. To prepare for the laws, we collaborate with pharmacies to build warehouses for storing medicines. Also, we have professional doctors on staff, and we have multiple safety verification steps to maximize the safety of medicines. These preparations gives us all the qualifications we need to obtain a pharmaceutical business license, so we are able to operate the house-to-hand platform legally.
Okay. Juan, questions?
Sure. My question will be how to plan to market or distribute your application, like because it's like a medical application. What are your plans in exactly into that to distribute your app?
I'm sorry, can you rephrase the question a little
Yeah,
bit?
because
I didn't
because
quite-
your solution is an application, no? It's an app.
It is it is an app, yeah, it's an application.
Okay. My question is, how do you plan to market your app? Because it's a health app. Because it's a health app.
Oh.
No everyone could have it. You know, like it's
Oh
not
yeah,
like
yeah.
a game.
Yeah, definitely. So first of all, we'll be having a social media. We'll be having a social media account running for it, and because I think a lot of people can benefit from it. First of all, the price, because those are all the spare medicines. People are having the spare medicines, so like they're either gonna keep it or like sell in a very low price. So the market price will be way lower than those actually in the pharmacies. So that's one of the advantages that we're having right now, and that is one of the reasons that a lot of people would like to use this app. And second of all, there will be a wide variety of the medicines that will be selling through the app, because there are a lot of people around the world, and there were like actually a tremendous amount of spare medicines that are existing in a lot of households. So I think the demands are there, and like we are providing a system to support the demands, and also the people who would like to also benefit, which are the sellers, they can also benefit from the low pricing. So yeah, I think this is how we're gonna how the whole system gonna work, and how we're gonna promote the basic working system of our application.
And besides, I
Okay.
want to say something else. And there's something new. Okay. At the same time, we use the log index to encourage donations, and the donors who receive a log index are given some kind of priority and discounts when there are purchases. And the donations can provide us with the initial capital and to make sure that we can, well, make a profit. Yes.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very, very much. These are our 5 presenting groups for this session. I would very much like to thank all of the presenters for all of their hard work and original thinking and follow through and taking the time to be with us. Great ideas, fantastic efforts that really demonstrate a lot of hope for the future, as far as I can tell. And really appreciate you being here. And at this point, I'm going to ask if there are, we've got a couple of minutes. Jake, can I allow them to take a couple of minutes?
I think we have a question or a comment.
Okay, great. Go ahead. A question, please.
So I actually have a suggestion for the last presenter, Health to Hand. So I think this idea would actually be very good for hospitals, since I know some of them can run out of supplies very quickly. So instead of this just being for maybe over-the-counter drugs, you can include vital antibiotics, more things that hospitals need and can run out of quickly. So if one hospital runs out of a certain supply, they can use your app to contact for other hospitals to bring that supply to them, and they can kind of trade it with one another. So that's just my suggestion.
Great. Thank you.
Can I
Thank
just
you. Thank
briefly?
you.
Thank
Yeah.
you. I really appreciate that. Thank you. It's wonderful.
Yeah,
Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
Anything else?
No, here's the problem. We have to give everyone the same amount of time. So even though it's a wonderful, interesting conversation, it's not fair to people who we cut off. So I want to thank everybody. I know Michelle said that, but she forgot to thank one more person, and that's Michelle Munson. Because she kept everything on track, we actually got done a little bit early, which is great. So the judges are going to leave and they're going to go off to their little private room where they can have a conversation. Students, I'm going to convert you all to attendees, and you can stay and watch some other stuff, or you can leave and get on with your life, okay? So there'll be more information. There is an award ceremony on Sunday, the 20th, not tomorrow, or maybe it's today for some of you, but not Sunday the 13th, but Sunday the 20th, and you're going to be getting more information about that. The link, and it's the same link as you've got here, but also the time it will be in your countries. So that information will be coming out in probably tomorrow or the day after. So thank you all. Thank you, Michelle.
Thank you very much.
So there's something else I want to share with everybody, and I might as well do it now. It'll just eat up another 2 minutes.
Okay.
There is another event. It's the International Kids Conference, and it's run by our friends in Indonesia. And it's a wonderful opportunity for students around the world to give presentations. But what makes it really exciting is they are looking for students to be the judges, to be the panelists. So right now you are the presenters, but some of you may get selected to be invited to be panelists, to be the judges essentially at the International Kids Conference. So you get to see what it's like on the other side. So let me just show you this short video talking about the International Kids Conference.
Hello awesome kids! Are you ready for a super exciting event where you can meet friends from different countries who has inspiring activities and incredible projects? Join us for the International Kids Conference 2024. International Kids Conference is the global event organized by Korea in celebrating World Children's Day. This is a global platform for you, kids ages 8 to 17 from all over the world to share thoughts and creations through visual papers. Don't forget the registration date from October 8 to November 2nd, 2024. Follow Korea Instagram at korea.global for the further information. See you at the International Kids Conference 2024.